And now it's a quest to, what do I do with this? How can I write this? And
in the dazzling chaos of Hollywood, where cameras never stop flashing, Brad Pitt faces a tragedy that no script could prepare him for: the sudden death of his beloved mother, Jane Etta Pitt, at 84. As the world watches, the A-lister leans on his girlfriend, Ines de Ramon, to navigate a grief so raw it threatens to eclipse even his brightest moments. The heart-wrenching news that stopped Hollywood. August 2025 was supposed to be another triumphant chapter for Brad Pitt. Fresh off filming The Adventures of Cliff Booth, Netflix's much-hyped sequel to his Oscar-winning Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the 61-year-old megastar was riding high. But then, a single phone call changed everything. Jane Etta Pitt, the woman who raised him, loved him, and grounded him through decades of fame, had passed away at 84. The news hit like a thunderclap, silencing the usual Hollywood buzz and leaving fans, family, and even tabloids stunned. Sources close to Pitt spilled the details to People magazine, painting a picture of a man grappling with unimaginable loss. Brad is devastated, the insider confided. He's leaning heavily on Ines de Ramon, his girlfriend of 3 years. She's been his rock, supporting him as he grieves his mother's loss. She wants to be there for him, and Brad is letting her be that person in a way we haven't seen before. Ines, a 35-year-old jewelry designer with a quiet strength, has stepped into the role of comforter not just for Pitt, but for his entire family, reaching out with condolences the moment she heard the news. The announcement didn't come from a glossy press release or a red carpet interview. Instead, it was Pitt's niece, Sydney Pitt, who broke the news in a gut-wrenching Instagram post that left the internet in tears. Alongside a carousel of intimate, never-before-seen photos, Jane laughing on a river raft, her arms wrapped around her husband William, or surrounded by her 14 grandkids, Sydney wrote a tribute that cut deep. "My sweet Grammy, Jane Etta, we were not ready for you to go yet, but knowing you are finally free to sing, dance, and paint again makes it a tad easier." Her words, raw and poetic, racked up tens of thousands of likes and comments within hours, as fans and strangers alike mourned the loss of a woman they felt they knew through her famous son. A family's grief in the spotlight. Close your eyes and picture this: a sprawling Los Angeles soundstage, where Pitt, in character as the rugged Cliff Booth, delivers a line with his signature smirk. The director yells cut, and Pitt's phone buzzes. His face falls. The set goes quiet. It's the call no one wants to get. His mother, Jane, is gone. The cameras stop rolling, and for a moment, the man who's faced paparazzi swarms, blockbuster premieres, and high-stakes roles is just a son, lost in grief. The media frenzy kicked in almost instantly. People ran a somber headline: Brad Pitt mourns mother Jane Pitt's death at 84. News called it a devastating blow for Hollywood's golden son, while Variety noted the timing, with Pitt in the midst of a career resurgence. On X, the reactions were visceral and immediate. "Brad Pitt's mom passed away? This is so sad. Sending love to the family," one user posted, alongside a throwback photo of Jane and Brad at the 2014 Unbroken premiere. Another wrote, "Jane Pitt sounded like an angel. RIP. Can't imagine what Brad's going through." A viral thread speculated about Pitt's next steps, with one user tweeting, "He's always been private about family, but he's hurting in silence." Hashtags like #Jane Pitt and #Brad Pitt trended for hours, amassing thousands of posts. Sydney's Instagram tribute became the emotional epicenter. Her words painted Jane as more than just Brad Pitt's mom. She was a retired school counselor with the biggest heart, a woman who taught her grandkids to paint, to love Jesus, and to find joy in the silliest moments. "She made up the silliest games just to make us laugh," Sydney wrote, and she believed in fairness, in putting others first, and doing good simply because it was the right thing to do. Fans on X shared their own stories, with one writing, "My grandma was like Jane, always teaching us to be kind. This hits hard." Another posted a clip of Pitt on Today in June 2025, blowing a kiss to his mom. "I gotta say hi to my mom because she watches you every morning. Love you, Mom." The clip racked up millions of views, with comments like, "He had no idea he'd lose her so soon." Ines de Ramon emerges as the unsung hero in the story. Since 2022, she's been a steady presence in Pitt's life, a stark contrast to the chaos of his past. Ines is really close with Brad's family, the People source revealed. She immediately reached out to send her condolences as soon as she heard the news. Paparazzi shots from June 2025 show the couple hand-in-hand at the F1 premiere in London, Ines radiant in a sleek gown, Pitt's smile brighter than it's been in years. Now, she's his anchor in a storm, offering quiet support as he navigates grief. On X, fans praised her. "Ines is a class act. Stepping up for Brad and his family like that? That's real love," one user wrote. Another quipped, "Angelina who? Ines is the one Brad needs right now." The Pitt family's quiet strength. Jane Etta Pitt wasn't a Hollywood fixture, but she was the heartbeat of the Pitt family. Born and raised in Missouri, she married William Pitt in 1962 and raised 3 children, Brad, Doug, and Julie, in the unassuming town of Springfield. A school counselor by trade, Jane was known for her warmth, creativity, and unshakable faith. Sydney's tribute captured her essence. "She taught me how to paint, how to be strong, how to lead with kindness." The Pitts stayed out of the spotlight, but Jane and William occasionally joined Brad at major events, like the 2008 Curious Case of Benjamin Button premiere or the 2014 Unbroken screening, where they stood proudly beside him and his then-wife, Angelina Jolie. Photos from those moments, now circulating on X, show Jane's quiet pride, her smile a constant in Brad's turbulent world. Jane's legacy extended beyond her family. In 2009, Brad, Doug, and Julie donated $1 million to a Missouri hospital, creating the Jane Pitt Pediatric Cancer Center, a tribute to her lifelong commitment to helping others. But Jane wasn't without controversy. In 2012, she penned a letter to a local newspaper, expressing conservative views on social issues that sparked headlines. The Hollywood Reporter questioned if it strained her bond with Brad, whose politics leaned left. He never addressed it publicly, but his Today shout-out in June 2025, "Love you, Mom," proved their connection was unbreakable. Brad's own story adds weight to this loss. The past decade has been a roller coaster, a bitter divorce from Angelina Jolie, a custody battle over their 6 kids, and relentless tabloid scrutiny. Through it all, Jane was his anchor, a reminder of his Missouri roots. Her death comes as he rebuilds with Ines, whose presence has brought rare calm. Their public moments, strolling in New York, dazzling at the F1 premiere, hint at a new chapter, now shadowed by grief. The cause of Jane's death remains undisclosed, adding a layer of mystery that has X users speculating. Was she sick? Why no details? One post read,